Right, today I thought I would make a video regarding the PS150 on my Knitmaster Model 150. Roberta Rose Kelly has a fantastic video out there and she shows it in hers, but I thought I'd got this only yesterday, so I thought I'd give it a go and make a video for everyone. This is my first video speaking as well, but as if you've seen my other videos, you know that I don't really talk, so let's see how it goes. This is a test that I did earlier. It's just a simple tuck stitch that I wanted to knit, but it's not showing up in this yarn very well. So I have some pink yarn that I'm making a baby blanket out of right here. So I'm going to knit a tension swatch so I can get the right sizing for it. And I thought I'd make a quick video about that. So for those of you that know, this is the PS150 here. It comes with this, a couple of punch cards, and card snaps, and a couple of other things. They're not that common, but I managed to get one for quite a reasonable price. I purchased this machine. My other machine is an electronic machine. It's a Superba. But this machine I grabbed because I love chunky cables, and so that's why I'm not so much worried that it is a manual machine, though I thought I would try it with this just to get some patterning. It is only 12 stitch patterning, so it's not as versatile as a 24 stitch or an electronic, of course, but I thought I would give it a go and see what it turns out like. So loading the card, drop it in underneath. This is attached just by clipping on, and then feed it through. As I said, I'm kind of new to this, so I'm still getting the right way around. So pop it into here and then feed it through. Now you see the red line there, so you just pop it up, and underneath here are the teeth feeders. So this has got an A on the front and a B. You use the B side when you're doing fair isle or knitting, as it's called. So with the A, clip the switch, push it in, and there's your pattern. The PS150 also came with this new needle strip, I think it's called, and you'll notice on it there are blocks of red and blocks of white. So these are used to line up your selection device and pull needles forward. Of course you don't have to follow them, it just makes it a lot easier. So over to the knitting. I've basically done a weaving cast on, put in some ravel cord. I've done a double E-wrap cast on, if you can see this. Done a double E-wrap cast on here, knitted a couple of rows, then done 2 rows of an alternate colour just so I can do my tension swatch. So the carriage, it is set with Russell leathers up to 1 on knit, and tension size 8.1, and this is one of those big balls of Aran yarn, so machine washable and I think tumble dry as well. So what we'll do is we'll just go through. Now I hope not to make a mistake with this. It is kind of by eye, though these teeth here do have little notches on the bottom. They look a bit dirty. I haven't cleaned it before using it. I was too excited, so maybe I'll give it a clean. But yes, the notches slot in. So with the tuck for this particular machine, it doesn't actually have a tuck button as such. It is done by putting needles into the hold position. That's how you do it. So first row selected, and then we just go across and knit. You'll see here on the selected needles that the yarn goes over, on the rest they knit. So as I said, this isn't a carriage which has tuck, so what you do need to do is push the needles back to C position before you go ahead and select your next row. This machine has a series of lines across it which show where the C position is. So just to adjust my attention a little bit there. So push them back to the C position, and then clear by pushing in the button, dial up to select the next row, push in, then we start again. So once again the teeth are locked in, the little teeth are locked in, bring the needles forward. As I said, it's a bit difficult trying to find where it is, so bring the needles forward and bring the needles forward. I'll try and remember to put the end needles down. I don't like the end needles being selected in tuck, it's just me. If I remember, I'll do it. If not, I won't. So once again, push them back to C position. My end stitches don't really like to knit off on this machine for some reason. I've adjusted my tension, I might need to adjust it a little bit more. Alright, so once again, clear, dial up, line it up, push it in, it's selected, pull it forward, pull them forward, just realised I had the wrong trigger up from row counter. It's row 3. Needle selected. This pattern does repeat itself quite a bit, so it looks like you haven't wound it forward, but actually you have, it's just repeating itself. So here we go. Just my cat's making noise in the background because the door's closed. So once again, push it back to C position, release, up, in. You do get into a bit of a rhythm with this, but it is considerably slower than using an electronic machine. However, oops, I just realised I think I made a mistake there, so we'll just take those back. There we go. We'll adjust the tension. Oh no, it's sliding through fine. Alright. So push them back. I don't know if I just move the dial forward, so we'll see. We seem to be selecting different needles, so that's always promising. Alright. Now this particular pattern does about 3 or 4 rows of tucking per needle, which is quite a lot, I thought. But it seems to work, which is good. So clear. I'm always nervous that I haven't pushed the pattern forward, or I haven't picked up the next pattern. I suppose everyone gets like that, and it's one of the things that with practice I think you'll be fine. As I said, I'm used to electronic machines where you kind of don't have to do anything, but this seems to be easy enough. So what I'll do is I will keep on knitting, and once I finish the tension swatch, I will come back on camera and show you what it looks like. Right, what I thought I'd do is come back on and show you what happens when you reach the end of your pattern on your punch card. This is something that I didn't know, so it took a bit to figure out. So this one obviously is still working, as you can see, and this is the one I've just done now. But if we wind it forward and push it in, we can see that they all select. So that tells me that I'm at the end of my punch card. And unfortunately, because this particular pattern is all the way at the top of the card, I do have to go back in and refeed it. I suppose if I did have the card snaps on, it would go in, which would be probably a lot easier, but I don't. So we just feed it back through, and then we're right to continue knitting our pattern. We just go back to the start. But I dare say if you were to punch your own card, which is only a single pattern, because I believe that there are 3 patterns per card that come with the set, you would just punch it all the way, and that way you just keep on looping it through. But basically I'm going to keep on with this pattern now. I'm up to row 25, getting a bit ahead of myself there. And what I'll do is, as I said, I'll come back on once I've done the full 40 rows. I'm only doing a 40 row tension swatch today. I normally do 60 stitches by 40 rows on my Superba machine, but this one I'm doing, what am I doing? I thought I was doing 30 stitches, but I'm not. I'm doing 29 for some strange reason. I must have missed one. So I'm doing 20 or 30 stitches. I should be doing 30 stitches by 40 rows, which as it's a blanket, I believe that will give me enough information to know what size I need to make it. So yeah, I'll keep on going and come back on once I'm done. Right, if my cat lets me, here's Rory, if you can see him. If he lets me, I am going to just finish casting off. Now I thought I'd turn this back on just in case you wanted to see, but I don't know if you can because my arm is probably in the way. This is, I think it's called a gate peg cast off. I do it on the Superba where we have flow combs. We don't have gate pegs on a Superba machine, so maybe as we get closer to the end, maybe it'll be easier for you to see. If not, I'll just wipe this segment out and not put it up because it'll be pointless in showing you. So basically it's the same as a latch hook bind off, except you keep the wool to the back of the gate pegs. I'm doing that on this particular swatch because I need to keep my tension quite loose. It is tuck, so it will, the fabric will stretch sideways, and if you have a tight bind off on a sideways stretching fabric, all you end up with is a top and bottom that are really tight together, really short, and then a flare out in the middle, and it makes it really hard to take tension measurements because everything's kind of distorted. So that is all bound off now. So what I'll do, I do have scissors, but I keep them in my other machine, which is behind this machine in a cabinet, so I haven't got access to them right now. So we are finished. I'll take the weights off because I have been known to drop them on my feet before today. Alright. So it looks like there's a lot of threads, I know. That is because it is a tension swatch. So we have here's the pattern. These are my markers for 20 stitches. These are the rows of contrast for 40 rows. So, but this is the pattern, and as you will see, it's quite a textured pattern. I think it's quite nice actually. And when I saw it in the book, which I'm trying to find for you right now, here it is. So this is the pattern selector book. So you will see there's a slip stitch, fair isle, and this is the one here. So looks like it turned out right. So if you have any comments, please feel free to leave some. If you have any questions, I'll try and answer them, but I am new to this particular patterning device. Or if you have any hints or tips, please let me know. But I hope this helps you. Thanks so much.